In this section, we are going to go through PL-900 Module 1 review questions. Module 1 is about describing the business value of Power Platform.
Let's look at the first question. Your social media engagement officer has requested your help in boosting followers and retweets on Twitter. How could you help her get more information to better understand and subsequently increase engagement? Is it using Power Apps portal, which can create new customer site for our followers? No. Is it by using Power Automate, which can handle our content approval for us and reducing the time it takes to produce new content and ensure our quality procedure is followed? Absolutely not. So the correct answer is configure a Power BI report to capture and analyze data from Twitter, allowing you to better understand why certain posts elicit more responses. So Power BI allows you to create visuals and better understand your data. Once you understand trends in what followers like, you can post more of that content and increase engagement. Let's look at question number 2. Your team has become frustrated with number of times they have to perform basic data entry on project startup. There are many divisions who need the information, and sometimes human error results in mistakes and making it more difficult to make sense of your information. Which program would be the most help in this situation? Is it Power Apps? No. Is it going to be Power BI? Definitely not. So the correct answer is Power Automate. Power Automate can create automated information workflows so that data entry only has to occur once. All right, so let's look at question number 3. Someone has added an item in SharePoint which prompts a workflow to run in Power Automate. What type of operation have you used to start your workflow? Is it function based? No. Is it an action? Definitely not. So the correct answer is trigger. A trigger is an operation that tells a workflow to begin or prompt some type of an action. Let's look at the last question for this module. A client likes the idea of implementing a Power Platform solution, but is concerned about the ability to interact with the custom API. How should you respond? Is it the Power Platform uses connectors that holds a series of functions available for developers? No. Is it the Power Platform has over 270 connectors to use in this situation? Definitely not. So the correct answer is the Power Platform offers the ability to create custom connectors for this purpose, which allow you to connect to Power Apps and Power Automate. So you can build out custom connectors to bridge your apps or workflow to the API.
In this section, we are going to go through Module 2 Knowledge Check. Module 2 is all around identifying the core components of Power Platform.
Let's look at the first question. How can business rules be used in a canvas or model-driven app? Is it to manage solution development and data storage? No. Is it to show or hide fields? Definitely not. So the correct answer is to validate data and show error messages. Validating data and showing error messages are one of the functionalities available in both Canvas and model-driven apps via business rule. Let's look at question number 2. Your manager has built a solution using common data service using a few of the standard entities included out of the box. He wants to capture the data that new records are added to the entity, but he isn't sure how. He notices that date field is already inside his entity, but he wants the field to have a custom name of data confirmed. What would you recommend he do? Can he create a new entity with the name called date confirmed? No, that doesn't work. Or can he create a new environment with the name date confirmed? Absolutely not. So the correct answer is use the built-in date field within the entity to store the date values, but rename the field to date confirmed. So whenever possible, if an entity has an existing field in the type you need, reuse that field before creating a new one. Let's look at question number 3. One of your co-workers has set up a model-driven application using the common data service. The app captures information about computer hardware assets, including their price, Your coworker is concerned that users of the application are going to put incorrect values into the fields. For instance, they might put in the wrong cost number when submitting a new record. How could this be prevented? Is it by using Power Automate to validate that the field values matches what the table is expecting? No. Is it by the use of a Canvas app instead of a model driven app? Absolutely not. So the correct answer is use business rules to automatically validate the cost center for the currently logged in user, because business rules can be used to validate field data on a form.
In this section, we are going to go through Module 3 Knowledge Check. Module 3 is about capabilities of Power BI.
Let's look at the first question. You want to build a mobile app that allows you complete control over the user experience and design. What type of Power Apps app should you build? Is it a model driven app? No, it is not a portal app as well. The correct answer is a Canvas app. With Canvas apps, you start with a blank canvas, choosing your type of mobile or tablet. Then you can design the app to meet your pixel perfect design. Let's look at question number 2. Your project requirements calls for the ability to take a picture of a part and identify which model it is. You are not a data scientist or developer. How can you add this to your app? Is it to add a camera control to your app? No. And this is not possible? Yes, this is definitely possible. So the correct answer is train and use an object detection model in your app with AI Builder. Our apps makes available to you the ability to use artificial intelligence without writing code. This allows you to do form processing, object detection, prediction, and text classification, all powered by Azure services. Let's look at question number 3. How can data sources be used with Power Apps Canvas apps? Is it Power Apps can only use its internal data sources? No. Is it Power Apps uses only external data sources and does not have an internal data source? No. So the correct answer is Power Apps can use multiple internal and external data sources in the same app. Power Apps allow you complete control of which data sources you use in your app. There are over 270 data connectors available now, and the ability to build a custom connector if one does not exist. Alright, so question number 4. Your sales team is in desperate need of a mobile application that can display records living in a SharePoint list. When displaying the records, multiple pieces of information about each record need to be visible to the user. Which of the following Power Apps tools would you use when designing your apps to achieve this functionality? Is it create an input control to display the sales record? No. Is it to create a form to display the sales record? Not correct as well. So the correct answer is create a gallery to display the sales records. Galleries are used to display tables of data from your data source. They're highly customizable, so you can show whatever information about a particular record that is necessary. You could then use a form to edit individual records if desired. Let's look at question number 5. You have been tasked with creating a Power App that can scan barcodes that will display the scanned items information on the screen. Out of the following control options, which one would the barcode scanner fall under? Is it forms? No, it's not galleries either. So the correct answer is media. The barcode scanner control is a part of the media category of controls. This control can be used to scan barcodes of various types of pass information about the barcodes to the Power App. Then additional functions can be used that barcode information to perform additional tasks. Let's look at question number 6. You have a gallery control in your app for displaying all customer orders. Your manager says she would like to see orders from last 90 days in addition. How would you reduce the amount of data she sees? Is it by creating a formula for your gallery that uses filter function? No. Or would you modify the data source to purge out all orders older than 90 days? Definitely not. So the correct answer is Using the data filtering wizard, the filter function allows you to apply logic tests to one or more columns in your data source. For this scenario, you could filter out data where the order date is less than 90 days ago. Question number 7. When building model-driven apps, which designer is used to define the navigation of your app? Is it an app designer? No, it's not view designer either. So the correct answer is sitemap designer. The sitemap designer is used to define the navigation of your app by dragging components into the design canvas, preventing your work, and instantly publishing the sitemap. Administrators and any user with the required privileges can quickly create sitemaps for apps. Question number 8. If you wanted to create a standard procedure or processor for handling service requests, what type of logic would be the best to implement? Is it flow? No, it's not workflow or business rules. So the correct answer is business process flow. Business process flows can be used to define a set of steps for people to follow to take them to a desired outcome. Question number 9. When sharing a model-driven app, which of the following statement is true? Is it users just need to be added to a predefined security role? No. Or is it users just need to be added to the custom security role? That doesn't work either. Is it model-driven apps do not need to be shared? They are accessible to anyone using the app link? That is a wrong statement. So the correct statement is users need to be added to a predefined or custom security role, and one or more security roles need to be associated with the app. So users must have a security role that grants them the rights to access the app for you to successfully share the app. Let's look at question number 10. Which of the following selections is a valid target audience for Power Apps portals? It is definitely not family members and competitors. So the correct answer is employees. Target audience for Power Apps portals can be customers, employees, or donors. Question number 11. What role is required to be able to provision Power Apps portal for an organization? So the correct answer is system administrator. A user must have system administrator role to create a Power Apps portal. Let's look at the last question. Which of the following is the recommended authentication mechanism in Power Apps portals? Is it social providers? No. It is definitely not local authentication with username and password or Microsoft account. So the correct answer is Azure Active Directory B2C. Azure Active Directory B2C is the recommended identity provider for authentication.
In this section, we are going to go through Module 4 Knowledge Check. Module 4 is about capabilities of Power Apps.
Let's look at the question number 1. To secure and administer Power Automate, you can use what resources? Is it download the Power Automate Administrator application? No. Is it Power Automate is only administrated via the web portal? Absolutely not. So the correct answer is Power Automate can be administered on the web via PowerShell or even by building flows. Power Automate provides the online admin portal, PowerShell commandlets, and flow actions for managing Power Automate. This gives you complete flexibility for your Power Platform administration. Let's look at question number 2. Where do you find flow templates? So the correct answer is directly from the Power Automate builder websites. When you create a flow, you can choose to start from a template. There you can browse for templates or use search to find just the right template to begin your project. How can data sources be used with Power Automate? Is it Power Automate can only connect to Microsoft data sources such as Office 365 and Azure? No, it can do more. Is it Power Automate require you to build custom connectors to access external data? No, it has both custom and pre-built templates. So the correct answer is Power Automate can connect to data sources using one of the 275 plus pre-built connectors or by building your own custom connector. Power Automate allows you to automate business processes wherever your data lives. Let's look at question number 4. One of your colleagues would like to set up a flow to write an item to a SharePoint list when they receive an email from their boss. Which of the following would get them started? Is it create an instant flow and set the trigger to when an email is received? No. Is it create an automated flow when only one action create an item in SharePoint? Absolutely not. So the correct answer is see if any templates are available for this scenario. If one exists, use that. Otherwise, create a blank flow with a when an email is received trigger. So don't discount the template store in Power Automate. More often than not, someone has already solved this problem before. However, if they haven't, you can just create a new flow and use an appropriate trigger to achieve your goal. Let's look at question number 5. Your department would like to set up an approval system for items that are being written to a SharePoint list. You have been assigned the task of creating the system. Using Flow, what's the best approach? So the best approach is generate an approval flow from the built-in SharePoint approvals functionality on your SharePoint list. SharePoint built-in approval flows are great, and using the information in this module, you can set them up quickly and easily. Let's look at question number 6. Your organization has started using lots of approval flows, and users are complaining that they have too many approvals to keep track of. They don't want to know what is approved and what is still pending their approval. What is the easiest way for them to check? So easiest way for them to check is to have the users navigate to the approval center in Power Automate. In the approval center, users will be able to view their outstanding approvals as well as the approval history in a much easier to read platform. All the approvals that require that user's interaction will be available through the approval center. Let's look at question number 7. One of your colleagues would like to post information about SharePoint items that have been approved to Twitter. Is it possible? If so, how would you do it? Yes, it is absolutely possible. And he can create a flow to monitor his SharePoint list for approved items and then tweet the details.
In this section, we are going to go through Module 5 Knowledge Check. Module 5 is about describing the capabilities of Power Automate.
Let's look at question number 1. Power BI helps with which of the following business processes? Is it to notifying users when a SharePoint list item has changed? No. Is it for generating an approval? Definitely not. So the correct answer is analyzing and displaying data. By analyzing and displaying your data, Power BI empowers business users to make beneficial decisions. Let's look at question number 2. Which of the below is a way in which Power BI can help you effectively leverage your data? Is it analyzing sales data to better allocate resources and place orders, optimizing operation? Yes, correct. Is it to analyze customer data to better target and promote specific item to the specific customers? Absolutely correct. So the correct answer is all of the above. Power BI can analyze all types of data you may have to assist in your business efficiency and decision-making efficiency. Let's look at question number 3. What are the 3 elements of Power BI designed to let people create, share, and consume business insight in the way that serves them or their role most effectively? So the correct answer is desktop, service, and mobile apps. So Power BI consists of Microsoft Windows desktop application called Power BI Desktop, an online SaaS service called Power BI Service, and mobile Power BI apps that are available on phones and tablets as well. What is a dashboard? Is it a one-page collection of visualization that is created from within the Power BI service and online? Absolutely right. A dashboard is a collection of data displays. Power BI makes creating dashboards simple and easy so you can view all your important data on one page. Which statement is true regarding adding comments to a dashboard? Is it you can use the symbol to mention a colleague in a comment? Absolutely correct. Comments can be added to an entire dashboard or to individual visualization on a dashboard. You can add a general comment or comment targeted to a specific colleagues as well. Also, comments can be added to a dashboard using Power BI or Power BI mobile apps. Let's look at question number 6. What is one method for creating a visual? Is it drag a field from field list onto model view canvas? No, it is definitely not visualization pane as well. So the correct answer is drag a field from fields list onto report view canvas. Dragging any field from the field list onto the open white space of the canvas will automatically create a default visual for that data type.
This section is the last module for knowledge check, module 6. Module 6 is about demonstrating the business value of Power Virtual Agents.
What is a benefit of using Power Virtual Agent? Is it doesn't use AI to understand user intent? No. Is it requires more time than regular customer chat? Definitely not. The correct answer is improve customer satisfaction. Power Virtual Agents can improve customer satisfaction by allowing customers to self-help and resolve issues quickly. 24/7 using rich personalized chatbot conversations. Let's look at question number 2. What defines how a chatbot conversation plays out? Is it publishing? No. It is definitely not entities or common data services. The correct answer is topics. In Power Virtual Agents, topics have trigger phrases and conversation notes to define how a chatbot should respond and what it should do. Let's look at question number 3. Where can you not publish a chatbot? You can definitely publish a chatbot to Teams, Facebook, and mobile apps. You cannot publish a chatbot to YouTube. You can have up to how many topics in a chatbot? The correct answer is 1,000. You can have up to 1,000 topics in a chatbot. Let's look at question number 5. When testing your chatbot, what would best help you find and fix unexpected behavior? So the correct answer is enabling tracking between topics. As you fine-tune your chatbot, it can be useful to enable tracking between topics so you can follow through the conversation path step by step. Let's look at the last question. Which of the following is a valid reason for a chatbot session to end? The correct answer is the session has more than 100 turns. Chatbot sessions can end if session has more than 100 turns. I really hope the information provided was useful, and I wish you all the very best for your exam, and I will see you on the next certification course. Till then, take care.